Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast of Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna, nourishing our souls and fostering growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Thursday, March 20, 2025, marks day 14 of the Lenten journey. The reading comes from the lectionary. The reading for the lectionary comes from the Old Testament book of Daniel. If you attended Sunday school, you likely heard the story of Daniel in the lion's den and his three friends in the fiery furnace. The story begins with the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, but let's call him King Nebi for short. His name is a tongue twister to pronounce and even more challenging to spell, not spend. King Nebi invaded Israel, selecting the brightest young men and deporting them to Babylon. They would be educated and trained in Babylonian culture and live in the royal court. He intended to use these young men to help manage his powerful regime. The lectionary reading is from Daniel chapter 3. King Nebi is a fickle, temperamental, and emotionally fragile tyrant. Earlier, he demanded that a dream he had be interpreted without revealing its contents. The truth is, he didn't even remember the contents. Thankfully, Daniel and his three friends prayed to God overnight. And in the morning, Daniel revealed to King Nebi the content of the dream and its meaning. Daniel described a massive statue divided into sections made of various materials, each representing a different human kingdom. The head of the statue represented King Nebi's kingdom, which is made of gold. So, based on Daniel's interpretation of his dream, King Nebi ordered that a statue be made of all gold. It had to be 90 feet tall and 9 feet wide, insisting that everyone attend the statue's dedication. And as soon as they heard the sound of the musical instruments, they were to pay homage to the king's image. Daniel's three friends were faced with a challenging decision. Either comply with King Nebi's demand to worship a golden statue, or defy the king and remain faithful to the God of their ancestors. Other couriers complained to King Nebi that Jewish men were disregarding his orders. King Nebi was furious and questioned Daniel's three friends, warning them that they would be thrown into a blazing furnace if they did not worship the statue when the music began to play. King Nebi added, "Who is the God that can rescue you from my power?" The three friends of Daniel replied to the king, "We don't need to provide you with an answer to your question. It's quite possible that the God we serve can rescue us. But even if he doesn't, we want you to understand that we will not serve your God or worship the golden statue you have set up." King Nebi is now filled with rage. and he ordered that the furnace be heated 7 times hotter. Daniel's 3 friends were tied up and they fell into the furnace on their own because the soldiers who heated the furnace perished in the flames while doing that. King Nebi sees Daniel's 3 friends and a fourth figure in the furnace. They are no longer bound. Instead, they walk unharmed through the fire. Daniel's 3 friends emerged from the furnace as King Nebi praised their God who saved them because they trusted him. What can we learn from this story? King Nebi issues another decree, this time demanding the death penalty for anyone who speaks against the God of Daniel's 3 friends. The storyteller highlights King Nebi's violence and cruelty, as well as how easily he changes his mind. Nevertheless, the story also emphasizes the faithfulness of Daniel's 3 friends. Their faith is shaped by their belief, trust, and reliance on their God.